Ladies and gentlemen, as we get closer to the VGW Immortal Show on September 6th, 2025, there was a lot of people that have helped with getting VGW this far, the 10-year tenure of VGW Wrestling. And the first man that I have as we get closer to that 10-year anniversary show, the first man that I want to bring out to y'all is the man that helped create this company in the first place back in 2015. G-Man Solid, and this man right here, Showoff63. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing really good. I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing splendid. I cannot wait for this show. It is so great to hear Showoff63's voice back on the VGW channel. And Showoff, it's happening. September 6th, 2025, 10 years of VGW Wrestling. Can you believe that? 10 years? 10 years?
It's so like when I think about it, it's like it doesn't even sound real. Like I keep thinking about it, and it's like time literally it really does just fly. Like you forget about it once, and then next thing you know, you're 10 years in, and it's like, oh my god, it's like where does time go? No, but really, it's really insane to think that this company came so far, and even though it's like, even though it's not active anymore, it's still around. The world title is still active and being defended somewhere else, and it's like,
That's right.
like it's still around. It's still active. Well, the championship is active. Excuse me, and it's just like, like the influence that we've had on a lot of other companies. It's great to see that, like we keep like looking back at all these other matches that we've had over the years, and it's crazy to think that we're celebrating these 10 years and looking back at everything that's happened. And it's just like, man, I'm really proud of the work that not just me, but you and everyone else that has put in to this company over the past 10 years. So it's awesome to hear that, we're doing a 10-year show. So it's awesome. It really is.
It really is. I couldn't agree more. And like, you've been here since the very start, the very beginning of this company. I'm sure everything was a lot different. I mean, we were young, we were stupid, we didn't know half the things we were doing. But
I'm right.
but as we get older and we get more wiser and we get more smarter and we learn a lot, and we just look back and just look at the things that we helped create. I mean, right now we're at what, 383 subscribers on YouTube. Like, from 0 to 383, that's a lot. So like,
That's a lot.
you've been here since the very beginning, and I want to ask you, like, what are your thoughts on VGW since it started? I mean, I know you said like you're shocked, like the 10 years, it really has gone by. Like, what are your thoughts on VGW as a whole? Like, about what it's been,
Man, I don't really know. It's just like, man,
And so
I
it's a
think it's
hard thought.
crazy. It is, yeah, it is. Well, at least for me, being the one that has been recording these matches for years, like starting out, and it was just me, and it's like I realized like now it's like I really wish I kind of like didn't like use my phone all those years ago.
Hey, you gotta
Using a
start somewhere,
shitty
man.
iPod.
You gotta,
Hey, that's right.
you
But
know,
it's like
let's
it's
not
hard to
let's
look back at the matches. It's hard to look back at them and just see like this crusty ass iPod Touch that I propped up against a water bottle and a few stacks of like DVDs, and
hey.
it's just, oh
You
man.
know what? You gotta remember the time when I was in NXT, when I helped bring NXT back in 2019, and like, I didn't want NXT to die, and I literally used the worst phone ever. The worst phone ever. I had it propped up on two suitcases because the TV's on a big wall up top, and I had
Oh
to
yeah.
stack a bunch of stuff to make sure the phone could be in view of the TV. And oh my god, that was horrendous. But hey, like you said, like I said, we all got to start somewhere. And like, over the years, when we started using Power Director, we started actually making like progress with our production in 2019, 2020, 2021, and we finally went from using our phones to actually like recording stuff. And it's crazy to see where it's gone so far. But like, as we look back as well, like, with that, we take a look back at all the greatest moments to come out of VGW, and I know you've had a plethora of moments that have come out of VGW. What are some of your favorite moments to come out of this company?
Oh man, that's a good one. Um, I think straight away, I can definitely say one of my favorite time periods was the NXT run recently that just happened.
Yeah,
2021 to 2022. That was probably my favorite run of all time, just because it felt so different than what we were doing beforehand. And it's like the
I agree.
feeling during that time was like it was just an unreal feeling. The stories that we were telling, the things we're doing, turning Cedric heel at the time was like wow. When no one thought that was gonna work, but it happened, and it's like as Cedric ends up, being one of our biggest stars, and that's awesome. Last gen wise, 360 wise, I really like the summer of 2017. I feel like that was when things kind of started to shift into the whole like simulation style that we kind of do now, and I remember when me and Phantom did the match with AJ and Owens at SummerSlam that year.
Oh
I remember we
yeah.
did that. That was kind of the match that started all really. Like I had some ideas, and I was like, "Hey, what if we did this?" And we did like the table spot, and it's like I feel like no one ever in that period ever let like springboard moves hit. So when I ever played as AJ on 360, it's like you never really saw the phenomenal form ever hit.
Yeah.
You never really saw it. So it's
I
like I
remember.
think it'd be cool for it to actually like be hit and make for a great near fall, and we did that. I'm really glad we did that.
Wow.
Um, Me and G-Man finally doing our big third WrestleMania match. That was something. I know a lot of people may disagree with the rating it got. Obviously, I do. It's looking back at it now, it's a very tough watch nowadays. I will
It
admit,
is. I agree.
but but at the time, it definitely was one of the best matches out there. At the time,
A hundred
but
percent. I think
yeah,
at 16 years old, we were like 15, 16 years old when I came in when I was 16 years old in 2018, and so like it's crazy to see like and the progression that we've got because like I agree that G-Man match was a hard watch, but it helped elevate VGW to what it is today because I truly believe like it just showed progression. And even though the match wasn't great, it still like is a part of VGW. It's still a part of that legacy. Like the G-Man solid Showoff63 rivalry from the very very beginning, and then finally getting shown on YouTube. It's cool to see. Shout outs to the G-Man, Mr. Renfro.
for real,
Um,
shout out to him. Hope you're doing well, brother.
yes, sir. Definitely, definitely. Um, so I think as we look back, final question I have to ask you, you know, your historical career, like think of like when you started playing 2K. I started playing. I started playing wrestling when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I played SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. That was like the first wrestling game that I ever played. And like as I've gotten older, I started getting more into it, and then I started learning. With your historical career within the 2K community, what has this company VGW meant to you and what you've been able to accomplish within your 2K wrestling career?
Man, honestly, if it wasn't for VGW, I definitely wouldn't have gotten this deep into it. Like really, like without being here and like doing these matches, making this company in the first place, and it's like I never would have had the ambition to pursue other things outside of it. And
Yeah.
it's like now that we've gone through, you know, all these years of doing all these matches and adopting the simulation style instead of doing trying to beat people up and trying to win this match as fast as possible. God, what a time period. It's great to know that we're actually making use of like this game that's based on simulation.
Yeah.
And man, like the things I've seen over the years and like the things I've picked up on are like they're really game changing. And I feel like if it wasn't for VGW, I wouldn't have done anything. Like, I wouldn't have gone to FPW. I wouldn't have, done things there, and I wouldn't have taken the chance to expand my schedule and do other companies like that. I'm like how I do nowadays. Even then, even like Purple Rain wouldn't be what it is right now too if I hadn't, like taken it over. And it's like I'm glad that VGW was like a starting point for me to expand myself in the community and like branch out and do these things and like go to different promotions and utilize my I swear I only use like one nowadays, but all the normals that I use, and like I've tried really hard to make them into these these big deals, like AJ, Kevin Owens, all of them. And it's like putting them in other positions like in FPW or in Purple Rain. It's like I'm glad that my work paid off, and now it's like whenever you see my AJ compete, it's something that like you want to watch. Every time my Owens competes, it's something that you want to watch. And like my personal call, Nathan, it's like whenever he's in the ring in a big pay-per-view, it's like that's something you want to watch. I'm glad that I was able to turn this into not just like something that I'm good at, but a really good hobby of mine, and that's something that I enjoy doing. And I don't really know how much of this I got left in me, honestly. I keep saying that, but I mean, as life goes on, we grow up, and it's like I keep saying, "Oh, I got like one more year of this," and honestly, I just keep going. So I'm just gonna go till the brakes fall off. Honestly, don't know when that will be, but when the time comes, it'll come, and I'm gonna look back at everything, and I'm gonna say that I was proud to do all those things I did.
Oh yeah, 110%. I always like. I mean, I'm gonna make a video of myself of how I feel about what VGW means to me, but because this video is yours. But like, I truly believe that VGW helped us create, with the progression that VGW had, it helped also create progression within our careers, especially mine. And to see, like, I've always looked up to you since the very start. You always came out and you showed out, and you were always like one of the first people that never really cared about like the comp way of wrestling. You've always wanted to put on a performance, and I take a lot of pride. I take a lot of love in that. So all right, well, I guess that's where we're gonna end this interview here, ladies and gentlemen. Showoff63, any final words you'd like to say as we move here to the 10-year anniversary show?
God. None but thank you guys. Thank you for supporting over the last 10 years, even if you just recently discovered us or you've been there since the beginnings of the channel. Honestly, thank you. Without y'all, it's been we wouldn't be here, all 382 of you.
Yeah.
But no, thank you guys. We cannot wait for you guys to watch this 10-year anniversary show. We've been working super hard on it, and we are really proud of the work that we're putting in. So we really hope that you guys check it out. Thank you guys.
All right, that's gonna be it. Next interview will be coming on in a few days, so you don't want to miss that, ladies and gentlemen. September 6th, VGW 10-year anniversary show Immortal. You definitely don't want to miss it.